coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. Having my morning cup of coffee here in my coffee with Gino cup. My Copico Blanca. Copico Blanca is my choice of 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. It's coffee, cream, and sugar powder form. It comes in this sachet. You just put it in your cup with hot water, and you got a nice cup of coffee. And this morning, I was also eating a bagel. I was able to eat a bagel because yesterday we went to SNR in Iloilo City before we headed back here to Aklan. Bought few items, and bagel was one of the items that I bought because I've always liked bagels. The only thing was they didn't have my cinnamon raisin bagel. All they had was blueberry and plain bagel and blueberry. So I went with the blueberry bagel. And I was gonna mention that Edgar, my friend Edgar, he went with me at SNR. The one thing he noticed about SNR is the Filipino Costco is what SNR. I've never really noticed this before, maybe because when I go to SNR, there's always excitement for me when I go to SNR because when you go there, there's so many items that I haven't seen in a while. I don't get to go to SNR often. Maybe once every 2-3 months, maybe 4 or 5 times a year is the number of times I go to SNR. So when I go there, I'm always like seeing things, ooh, they didn't have this the last time, I get excited when I see all the items that's there. But one thing Edgar noticed is the things he was looking for, they didn't have. Like Edgar really wanted to get sour cream. Sour cream is very difficult to find in the Philippines. Here in Calibo, I have never seen sour cream here. I have seen it at SNR. That's what I've told Edgar, that I've seen it at SNR. But yesterday, they did not have it. And that's the thing about SNR in Iloilo City. I don't know with the other branches, but in Iloilo City, what happens is they stock the shelves, but they don't stock the shelves with the same items. That's one thing I noticed. Like I was looking for a certain imported brand of I like spaghetti bolognese, and they used to have it in a bottle. I think it comes from England. The brand comes from England. They didn't have it. So I figure, well, they didn't have that sauce, that spaghetti sauce. I'll go with Prego. That's usually Prego is usually my second choice, and then Ragu. None of those spaghetti sauce were available. And that's the thing, when you go to SNR, you might see an item that you'll buy this time at SNR, but they don't restock it with that item. And that's really, when Edgar said that to me yesterday, that's when I realized that that's how SNR works here. There's certain items that pretty consistent that they will have. Like another item that they didn't have yesterday and always look forward to it is kettle potato chips. I'm a big fan of kettle potato chips. Zero kettle potato chips. So that's the way it works at SNR. Don't expect, like, if you shop at SNR, if you like an item that, Prego spaghetti sauce, Ragu spaghetti, sour cream, certain type of milk, if you see it, you better buy it. Because the next time you want it, it might not be there anymore. I guess they're not consistent. Like in the US at Costco, when you shop at Costco, you can bank on, like, if there's an item on the shelf, every time you go to Costco, pretty much they keep restocking it with the same item. That's not the dynamic at SNR here in Iloilo City. The observation from Edgar. And I'm glad he mentioned that because I really wasn't noticing that before. I've made several trips to SNR. I guess, like I said, the excitement of getting there and seeing new things. And that's a good thing, though. At least they have a rotation of items at SNR. It's kind of like, they might not have this certain item this time around, but they'll have new items. There are always new items. going down the aisle. It's like, oh, yesterday, like there, we got the Sunny D. Sunny D right there. I get a big gallon or Sunny D. And that's not always available. That's not always. And then yesterday I saw even Twinkies. I haven't seen Twinkies in so long, and they had a banana flavored Twinkie. I almost bought it because I'm a fan of Twinkies, but I was like, it was too much money for the Twinkies. And that's the thing too. You gotta remember, they're imported from America. These items, so a lot of times it will be the same price as what you would pay in America, or sometimes even more, because there's a duty tax for all items coming from America shipped here to the Philippines. I think it's about 17% duty tax. So right there on top of the regular price of the item, 17%, and then their shipping, of course, they gotta like recoup all that. So do not think that the items at SNR is the same or cheaper than in the US. More likely, the items at SNR are going to be a little bit more expensive than in the US. They do have items that are like 2-for-1 specials. You can get good deals on those items, of course. Same thing in the US. When you go to a grocery store in the US, sometimes they 99 cent or 2-for-1 or special, buy 2 get 3, things like. They do have that, so you can get good bargains at SNR. But just some of the things that I noticed, yesterday at SNR. Good morning, Gino from JP. Good morning, JP. Lowell, kumusta? Mabuti ako. Lowell. Mabuhay, kapatid. God bless, my brother. God bless. JP says, hello, Lowell. Belus, good morning, Gino, and all from Leyte. All right, Belus. Hey, I met the Colonel yesterday again. We've met before. Colonel came here to Calibo before, but he was telling me stories about Leyte. Confidential. But thank you. But he had a great time, man. He couldn't stop talking about you, Beluis, how great you are, your farm and everything, what you do to people there. I already knew that. I already told Colonel, man, I already could tell. My brother Belus is an awesome guy, So he didn't say anything new to me, but he was really impressed. Really thankful of his visit to Leyte and how you accommodated his stay there. That was so awesome of you. But Colonel was there, and then even my good friend, my brother from Canada, Ivan and his wife was there. Their 2 kids. Ivan's been in Iloilo City now since May. I kind of guided him to his move to Iloilo City. That's why every time I'm there, I always make sure I see Ivan. So we were all kind of hanging out at SNR. That was the meeting place. After we checked out the hotel, we all met at SNR at the food court, and we ate lunch there. I had a salad. Their salad is, that's the garden salad's my favorite at SNR. Colonel had a couple of slices of pizza. Our friends had chicken. Edgar had the hot dog. So it was a good time. We were just sitting there, talking and enjoying everybody's company. And then we bought a lot of stuff from SNR to bring home. Lua 667. Okay, I don't know what that number means. And Lowell, hello JP. Fortune, good AM, Gino fam. And Panay Pasig. We made it home. Edgar drove back, so he's got experience now driving from Calibo to Iloilo, and now drove in Iloilo, and then now Iloilo City back to Calibo. About 3.5 hours drive, and it rained. It was like raining, it would stop rain, sunshine, rain, all throughout the drive. So Edgar got experience driving here in Panay Island now. Hi, where are you from? All right. I am from the Philippines. This live stream is coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. Hello, Belus, Master Yoda. All right. Fortune, me, my driver, and Ate are on the way to Quiapo. Oh, Quiapo! I know where that is, man. Quiapo Church. I remember my mom used to go to Quiapo Church every Friday. I think was her devotion to going to Quiapo Church. I know all about Quiapo, man. That was near my school in Letron College. Let me go back here. Quiapo to get kilos of excellent China. Oh man, the Chinese ham. Fortune, man. That I know what you're talking about there. The Chinese ham for Christmas. That's like that's a big treat. I think I have seen. Hold on, my dog wants to go out. Totoy wants to go outside. All right, Totoy. All right. Toto is such a good dog. She just like waits patiently by the door, kind of like her signal for me that she wants to go. I haven't taken her out yet for a walk because earlier it was light rain. Looks like it's gonna rain again. It's like, man, these are dark clouds on top of me here. Stop talking. That's funny. How will I stop talking? This is a live stream. If I stop talking, nobody gonna watch the live stream, my friend. Morning Fortune. Lowell, any flooding near you, or is it just Western Washington? Ooh, looks like you need to block Bridget on YouTube. All right, Bridget on YouTube. Let's. My friend just messaged me. Look like I gotta block Bridget. Let me see if I see a Bridget here. Oh, right there, Bridget. Let me block Bridget. Bridget, I'm gonna put you on timeout. I'm gonna put you for 30 minutes timeout. That way you don't interrupt the live stream. Sorry about that. Thank you, Tim. Yo, Tim. Thank you so much, Tim. So I did. I blocked them. I blocked Bridget. So I gotta go back to the comments. All right. Man, but that Chinese ham, I know what you're talking about, man. I love that Chinese ham. It's like, I think it's really sweet on the outside, if I remember. Kind of like crusted, like sugar even when you slice it. It's delicious, man. Goes well with that queso de bola. Queso de bola is like kind of like hard cheddar cheese. When you slice it, it's really hard. It's great for like cheese and crackers and ham. You put it all, man, that's gonna be excellent food, Christmas food, excellent Christmas food. Lowell, morning Fortune, JP Lowell, the flood. I haven't heard about the flood in Washington, JP. I haven't been able to watch the news. We were busy while we were in Iloilo City. I also found U.S. imports less here than U.S. also. Okay, good. I mean, there's some, right? There's some items, but I have seen items. Oh, my dog wants to go in now. That's her signal. All right, let's go, Toy. That's funny. But I just don't want people to think that they can get like cheaper American goods here, because I have, especially electronics. Electronics are usually higher price, especially if they're coming from the U.S. electronics, because the SNR here is the same at Costco. Man, they got like gigantic TVs. Like when you walk through the door, there's like gigantic TVs there. Couches, like big American sized couches there. I don't see that here. Them selling it here in Calibo. All the couches in Calibo here are like Filipino size. But they're at SNR, man. They got those big couches, big reclining chairs that are like American size couches and reclining chairs. Lowell, GP, we haven't had any rain. So no flooding. Oh, good to hear. No flooding. It is supposed to rain next week. Just freezing here. In the US, I feel like Costco is quality, but not always the cheapest. Is SNR Philippines usually higher quality? Well, JP, anything that has made in the USA here in the Philippines, that's considered quality here. People, that word made in this USA really matters to Filipinos. They know that when it says made in the USA, it's better quality than made in China. Made in China here, like everywhere else, it's crap. It's like it's a waste of money a lot of times. But I do understand that most items now are made in China anyway. Sometimes they put made in the USA. Maybe it's manufactured in China, but that made in the USA still means a lot here in the Philippines. Peanut butter travels here. Ever find Texas? No, I found a sign. So right at the Vikings on the second floor, Texas Roadhouse, there's a sign that they're gonna build a Texas Roadhouse there. But I guess that sign's been there for over a year now. So maybe there's a delay, maybe there's a cancellation, maybe it's on island time like everything else here. Same thing with Landers. Landers, they announced back in April that they were starting building a Landers, but I haven't seen any posts at all on Facebook, or we didn't drive to where the Landers is being built, so I couldn't tell you whether they started construction yet. But if usually when they start construction, you will see like pictures on Facebook. Man, the sun's coming up now. Earlier it was like dark clouds over my house. Well, it is like light rain now, but it's sunny right now with light rain. It's like a typical weather here. But Texas Roadhouse, not yet. No construction yet of the Texas Roadhouse in Iloilo City. I did see they were building like a Japanese barbecue on the second floor near the Viking. The only thing I was thinking, Lowell, when I was there, if they build a Texas Roadhouse underneath, the place is really underneath the Vikings buffet. I don't think they're gonna do well on that spot, man. Because Vikings is like the Filipino, Vikings buffet. Man, Filipinos love Vikings. For $20 it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Different international food. All the drinks are free, coffee, everything, beer, draft beer, everything included in the $20. That's gonna be hard for Texas Roadhouse to complete. Maybe that's why they backed off on building it. If they build up Texas Roadhouse, I would not recommend that spot. They're gonna get killed by Vikings, because I know steaks in the Philippines are expensive. You cannot get a steak here for under $20 at a restaurant. So their prices are going to be more than Vikings. So I don't know if they're going to be able to compete with Vikings if they open. And then Filipinos, the Texas Roadhouse, really, that's more catered to expats and foreigners. Filipinos, man, I don't know if Filipinos is going to fork out $30 for a steak, just a slab of beef. Usually a slab of beef, like a steak, that's a meal for like 5-6 Filipinos, man. We don't eat that much meat. Filipinos like to cut up that meat and put it in stir fry, put it with vegetables, or like a big full plate of steak. That's not really attractive to. Dazzle's never eaten one. Leanna's never eaten one. Mom's never eaten one. It's not attractive for Filipinos. So like, you got a big plate and it's all a big piece of steak. A lot of the Filipinos that eat steak like that are like have been westernized, have gone to the U.S., or they got money. They got money here in the Philippines. That looked like an amazing buffet, better than any that I have ever seen in Oregon. Yes, Lowell. Like yesterday, I was comparing it when I was in Tucson, Arizona. They had a Golden Corral. I was comparing it to Golden Corral, but the Vikings is quality-wise, quality of the food, cleanliness, the staff. They're all wearing chef outfits. To me, the quality and the professionalism of the staff way better than Golden Corral. And I think Golden Corral's not even $20 anymore. I'm pretty sure. Last time I ate at Golden Corral was in 2010, 2011 before I left for the US. And I know I was close to paying 20 bucks back then. So I can imagine now, 15 years later, I could imagine how much they charge now at Golden Corral. And so great deal in my opinion. It's like if a must try. Vikings is a must try if you're in the Philippines, and it's not just in Iloilo. They have many branches in the Philippines now of Vikings. The really popular one is the one at Mall of Asia in Manila, the big gigantic mall, one of the biggest malls in Asia, Mall of Asia. They have a Vikings there also. JP, peanut butter travels, says JP. Yo, 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 Gino. Good morning, everyone. Looks like yes, we're back in the Mancha, man. And looks like cloudy skies and then rain. It looks like, but the sun is up, man. The sun is bright, man. The sun is bright. Let me do the weather real quick before I forget here. Man, I just looked at the sun and I got messed up. My eyes are like, okay, let me, the weather. Oh, wow, there is a low pressure area. It says low pressure area in the Kalayaan Islands. Cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. Pretty much the same thing. North Luzon, Metro Manila, Bicol region, Eastern Visayas. The rest of the country, same type of weather. Cloudy skies with isolated rain showers and thunderstorms. But no typhoon of any kind. Just go back here. All right. Let me go back to the comments. I don't want to get too behind on the comments. Yeah, we had a nice time. We stayed Tuesday. We got to Iloilo City. Friday came back. Great time. I had a great time with Edgar. Belus. Well, thank you both. We tried to do our part for the valley survival. I know, Belus. Man, you do so much for the community there, brother. Derek, hey Derek, aloha from Hickam Air Force Base. Beach, all right, the beach. Watching planes. Oh man, that's so awesome. I love doing that too, man. When we had the resto bar, when we were living in Malay, overlooking the water, and then Boracay Island, the planes would land in Boracay Island all day long, and we would hear it from afar, and then when it get near, it's like it was fun watching that from the balcony there. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm glad that Kim told me to block that person there. Puts a lot of comments there. That's my regular gift. Family excited for the ham. Oh man, I know. I've had that ham before, man. I know exactly what you're talking about, Fortune. I would be excited too. My regular gift. All right. John Vasquez, JP, Sir Fortune. Good AM, John V. I sent you vid, correct, Gino? Yeah, I think I'm not gonna open anything that is sent to me right now. I'll open it later, Fortune, because it messed up my volume before when I answered, or that's a new rule. If you send me during the live stream, I'm not gonna take anything. I answered my phone call from my friend Leo, and then all of a sudden we lost the audio. We lost the audio. I'll watch the video after the live stream. We just have that noche buena, ham, cheese, bread, pasta. Ooh man, red wine, fancy man. That's a fancy noche buena, man. Noche buena here in the Philippines is Christmas Eve, usually at midnight. You stay up till midnight. You wait for in the official countdown or official Merry Christmas, and then you eat at midnight. You eat all these food at midnight: ham, cheese, drink wine, pasta. You eat all that stuff at midnight, and then sit around, sing Christmas songs and stay up till early in the morning. That's like a Noche Buena here. Noche Buena. Hello, Joy. J-Boy, hey J-Boy. Good morning, Kuya. All right, in the chat. All right. Boogie. All right, Boogie. Good AM, J-Boy from Fortune. 8 inches of fresh snow in Wyoming. Oh, wow. Well, I bet you're happy that you're here, Belize, man. That's a lot of snow, man. Yes, luxury items like TVs, electronics seem to be almost double here. It's crazy. But the Philippines, LOL. Yeah, it's like, it is what it is, For people like me and Belize, we've adjusted to life here. We've accepted the way it is here, I'm far removed from, I've never was like that anyway. When I moved to the Philippines, I knew they do things here different. Things operate here in a different way. I was never the person that was trying to change the Philippines or try to change the people here. I go with the flow here. I go with what they do here. It's their country. It's a Filipinos country. If you're a foreigner here, you're a visitor. So you can't really demand, or you can't get upset of how the way they do things here, the driving here, the bureaucracy, the inefficiency, all that. You chose to come here. Nobody forced you to come here when you come here. That's why the people that realize that as soon as they get here, they do better here. The ones that are always complaining how Filipinos do, why do Filipinos do this? Why do Filipinos do that? Those are the ones that end up not being happy here, then eventually have to move on to somewhere else. Excise tax, Belus. Texas Roadhouse, Iloilo will have to be a road trip meetup for the posse one day. Over the rainbow, over the rainbow. Like me, JP, like I said many times, I have not eaten steak in going on 9 years now. 2016, I can remember the date specifically. April 2016 was the last time I ate steak in Boracay Island at Cowboy Casino. And even back then, at Cowboy Casino, the steak cost like over $30. It was Australian beef, a good steak, but for me, it's just not worth eating. Like all that meat for that price. I guess I'm frugal that way, and I've never eaten steak after that. I went cold turkey on steak. J-Boy, good morning, Kuya Fortune, Quiapo for sure. Oh yeah, Quiapo is like anywhere you go now. I mean, even in Ilo City, I sensed it. You can sense the holiday. The malls were packed. Vikings was everywhere you go. Traffic, coming out of SM City. A lot of traffic on the road. Busy time right now with all the Christmas shopping going on right now. Everybody's getting that Christmas bonus, that 13-month pay, so everybody's like spending the money, man, spending the money. Good to see, though. Good to see happy faces. Good to see happy faces. Your island about double more modern than Leyte. We do have a 7-Eleven in my town. That's a massive hit here. Just help to get a Chinese-made Snickers bar. Just like Chinese-made Snickers bar. That's funny. I know about the 7-Eleven though, Billy's. Like for our little town to have a 7-Eleven like at the entrance of our community, it's like it's a game changer. It's a game changer, man. I can actually do my morning walks and then end up at the 7-Eleven to get my French vanilla brewed coffee, man. Game changer for me, man. I love having that 7-Eleven. Emilio, steak here are thin. Steak here are thin. I can't even remember, man. I can't even remember. When I was in the US, let me think. I did eat at the Texas Roadhouse. I did, I think Ruth Chris or something like that was another steak place I used to eat at. But even when I was in Arizona, I kind of prefer like fajitas, fajitas than a steak, because I like the fajitas in a Mexican restaurant. And they boil it to make it tender. Oh, I haven't cooked steak in so long. I know I used to like it medium, a little like juice inside, They crust it on the outside, like toast it kind of like on a skillet, on a hot skillet. But it's been so long that I ate steak, I couldn't even tell you the flavor and all that of steak anymore. Yes, the place I'm going to will open 7:30. We will arrive 7:45 just to ease on the first rush at open. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I bet there's a line, right? As there's a line of people getting the ham. Emilio, we know what's up. We know what's up. All right, all right. JP, I watched a video about Texas Roadhouse Cebu Ayala, and dinner for two was 72 ribs and steak. That's still not bad, right, for two people? But man, that's a lot for Filipinos, man. I don't know if a lot of Filipinos can fork out dinner for two for $72, man. That's a lot of money here in the Philippines, man. That's a lot of groceries. That's a lot of groceries here. Good AM, Emilio. Yes, Wyoming, homegrown beef spoiled me. Oh, I bet, man. You know, it's like you're a rancher, man. You know, Wyoming, you got like, beef ranchers, so I'm sure you're spoiled there when it comes to beef. Love Texas Roadhouse, though. We do try it to hit it in Cebu. It's 5-star, but with price. Yeah, like I said, like $72 for two people, man. That's man, you can feed the whole family here in the Philippines with that if you eat at a normal restaurant. John D. All right, JP. Hi. John Vasquez. My posse. Hey, Daniel. My brother in Jacksonville, Florida. What's up, Daniel? Michael C. Hey, Michael C. My good friend in Trece Martires. Good morning, bro, and everyone. Bro, we will be in Boracay in February. All right. So you decided. All right, man. Michael C. They won. A Christmas party, they attended a Christmas party and they won either a trip to Boracay or a trip to Palawan. So I'm thinking you guys chose Boracay in February. That's all right, man. We will definitely see you. I'll definitely come to Boracay to see you, Michael. Good AM, Daniel. Good AM, Michael C. Good month. Oh yeah, great month for Boracay, man. February, good weather. No rain. No, you shouldn't get rain in February in Boracay. Hot, very hot. Bring plenty of sunscreen. Bring plenty of sunscreen and a hat and an umbrella because it's so hot in Boracay come summertime. We, DAV, our biggest fundraiser at Golden Corral, 2-3 times a year. Till COVID. Most of them died during. Oh, okay, all right, yeah. I can imagine with COVID because of with the buffet, people scooping. I'm sure that killed the business. I heard there was a Texas in Bacolod. I know there's one in Manila. Do they have Sizzler there in the Philippines? They them in Thailand. I haven't seen a Sizzler here in Panay Island, maybe in Manila. Manila got everything. All these restaurants are, if they would have a Sizzler, it would be in Manila. What's big now here, what I'm seeing more and more is the Rib Shack. The Rib Shack is a really popular place. There's one in Iloilo City, Rojas City, and now Calibo's got a Rib Shack. Very busy all the time at the Rib Shack. Happy to pay double our toys once in a while. They pay $300 more for rent, insurance, food, etc. All right. Charlie. Hey, Charlie Les. Good morning. Good morning. My brother in Boston. Do remember Ponderosa and Sizzler. They are going. They were gone. They are gone. I remember the Sizzlers when I was in California back in the 80s. That was they had all-you-can-eat shrimp at the Sizzler, steak and shrimp. And then they keep giving you little saucers full of shrimp, like fried shrimp, breaded shrimp. All you can eat, I remember. But I haven't been to a Sizzler in so long. Like Derek was saying, they're gone. The Ponderosa. That sounds like a nice steak place. Ponderosa. I never got to eat at the Ponderosa. Hey, there's the Colonel. Saw him yesterday. We had lunch together at the SNR. It was great seeing the Colonel. He even got to meet my friends, Ivan and Ivan's kids. And then he finally met Edgar yesterday. So he had a nice life. We occupied like the two tables together. You know, it's like we filled up two tables. It was fun eating lunch there at SNR. Alan, howdy, Gino. Hey, Alan, my good friend in Texas. Hello, Alan. Hello, Alan. $72 is only 3 burger fries. 3 burgers and fries. That's funny, Daniel. Hey, good morning, James. Good morning, James. We're back in Numancia. We're back in Numancia. And tomorrow is opening of lights at Pastrana Park. So I'm sure I'll see James and Karen tomorrow at Pastrana Park. We kind of missed the opening of lights at the Capitol. I saw it from Edgar's birthday party. We were watching the fireworks, but I missed the festivities at the Capitol area. But I'm not gonna miss the festivities at Pastrana Park. It's gonna be packed though. That is like when you go to Pastrana Park for opening of lights, it's gonna be jam packed with people, thousands, in the 10,000s. You know, it's like Pastrana Park is gonna be lit. You know, like no pun intended. It's gonna be lit. Opening of lights. It's gonna be like it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice seeing all the lights at Pastrana Park. And fireworks. They got like the best fireworks show at Pastrana Park for opening of lights. Good morning, Fortune and JP. All right. JP, how many days, Daniel? Oh, yeah, right. I think he was in the 80s. Maybe now he's like in the 70s or something. The dates, how many dates he got left? Claim Jumper is one of best steakhouse restaurants here in Sacramento. Hey, Ray, my good friend in Sacramento, California. All right, Ray. I think I have seen Claim Jumper, the logo. I think I've seen the Claim Jumper logo somewhere. Hello, Fort. And JP from Daniel. My good morning, Colonel, from Michael C. JP, hello, Colonel. Good AM, Charlie, Derek. They had a sizzler in Guam. All right. Man, I haven't been to Guam. I think when was the last? I went to Guam before I moved here to the Philippines. I think I was in Guam 2008. About 2008 was the last time I was in Guam. I love Guam, man. It's like Chamorro Village, Anderson Air Force Base. There's even a naval base there. Very drivable. It's Guam's just a small island, part of the United States and American territory. So I remember they have nice malls there. I think my friend and I, he took me. That was the first time I had like Cold Stone Creamery. They had Cold Stone Creamery ice cream at in Guam. Shekel fan. That Dodgers versus Real game was insane. Yeah, it was, I mean, very memorable for us Dodger fans, of course. I don't think any game will top that for Dodger fans. Yes, good to see you all, Gino. All right, Fortune. James and Karen. Mike, oh, all right. Watch the Rock video by... Oh, okay. I have to catch up, man. I haven't been able to watch any videos while we were in Iloilo City. Dazzle kept me pretty busy shopping at SM City, Iloilo, and then running around with Edgar and them. I'll have to catch up on all the videos. 79 days. I know, see, I knew he was in the line of sevens now. I knew he was in the line of 79 days. Good morning, Bill Meyer. All right. 72 here. Buys over 100 kilo rice. It's crazy, yes. Everything's bigger in Texas. Everything's bigger. Yeah, it is. Everything's bigger in Texas. Robert Costal. Good morning, my friend. Hey, good morning, my friend. Take care. Aloha, brother. Ruben taught me all that. Brother. Ruben talks like that, so I get that from Ruben. And Ruben's headed back to the U.S. I know Wednesday, I think he starts his trip back to the U.S. He's going to spend Christmas and New Year's in San Diego, but he'll be back in Calibo right after Ati-Atihan. He didn't want to mess with the Ati-Atihan crowd this time because he experienced this already last January. Free agent signings has begun. All right, I haven't really paid attention. I know the Dodgers were trying to get scuba, from the pitcher. I think we're trying to improve our pitching even. So we'll see. We'll see. I did see that we signed that reliever from the Mets. I did see that one. That's the big signing for the Dodgers so far. God bless. Hey, God bless, Fred. God bless. 15 days. And all right, 15 days, baby. Can't wait to pick you up in Boracay Airport, man. I'll be there, man. Ready to pick you up, man. There, Cody Bellinger, Justin Tucker, maybe. I know I've seen that. Those, I wouldn't mind. I was a big, Cody Bellinger was my guy when he was with the Dodgers. So I wouldn't mind getting Cody back, man. That would be awesome if we can get him back. All right, I did have a topic today, short topic. It's like I always try to at least have a topic. And I saw this article, somebody posted it in the expats group here in the Philippines. It said here, foreigner to Filipino marriages. Mostly it's like a foreigner, like from America, Canada, married to a Filipina here. It says marriages are on the rise. And I see that. I know the last few years, I've just seen that. The AFAM, marrying the AFAM, AFAM, that is just like happening here in the Philippines. And the domestic marriages, they're falling. And I can vouch for that. Even my classmates, my batchmates, Dazzle and I graduated in 2016. From STI College Calibo, so that's like going on 10 years now. Our batch, there's like 500 of us that graduated together. Not many are getting married. It's like it's, I guess financially is an issue, of course. It's like especially here in the province, it's hard to make enough money for you to even consider like having a wife and then kids. Because then you really have to be making money here, or it would be a struggle. But it just showed like this. I was reading through this. The marriages like in 2022, a steady drop in like Filipino to Filipino marriages, but a steady increase in like the foreigner to Filipina marriages here. And most of the predominantly the Filipinas that are marrying foreigners comes from America, Australia, Canadians, Germans, and Japanese. Those are like the top people, the top foreigners that are marrying Filipinas here. And like here, I'll just read this. I just found the article really interesting because it says here, the sustained growth and stability of intermarriages suggests that Filipino decisions to marry foreigners are shaped by several factors. Access to better economic opportunities. I think most of us know, it's like there's even a saying here in the Philippines, like when a Filipina marries a foreigner, it's kind of like a meme where they said, "Oh, another one of us improved their lives." They're happy. People are happy here when a Filipina marries a foreigner because they know it's not just improving the Filipina's life, but also the Filipina's family. And a lot of things here too. I noticed here, my almost 15 years here, there's a lot of single Filipinas here that are single moms. And one thing about Filipinos, the locals here, if you're a single mom, you're not attractive to the local Filipinos here. I mean, it happens. You will see a Filipino here marry a single Filipina mom, but not common. Not common. A lot of like the single moms here end up just being single and getting older here and not meeting a Filipino because Filipinos prefer somebody that doesn't have kids, which that dynamic doesn't really play out with foreigners because foreigners, even me, I had a stepdad in America. It's just foreigners, when they marry a Filipina with kids, they absorb the kids. They treat it like their own kids. That's just Filipinos. Not so much, you know. There's always like that thing, oh, you're really not my son or you're really not my daughter kind of thing here in the Philippines. And it just says here, traditional Filipino domestic marriages face continued decline. And I think a lot of that, I'm thinking, you know, it's just hard. Even my classmates, our friends, you know, that did get married. We have one of our best friends here, Risa and Kalkin. They're married. They have one kid. We were classmates. We were like the four of us still hang out, Dazzle and I, and the two of them. And they have one. Even that, you know, Filipinos are not the newer generation, the younger generation. They're not having big families anymore. You know, the ones that work. Because like our friends Riza and Kalkin, they both work. She works at a hospital. Kalkin's like he installs CCTV. But even them, they know, you know, in order for them to like build a life, you know, be able to afford a home someday, having more than one kid is difficult. It's difficult because of the income. All right, let me go back here. I don't want to miss any comments. Oahu, Hawaii. All right, there it is. There it is. 15 days, Cody. You meant Justin Turner or Chris Tucker? Chris Tucker. Probably, let me see here. Chris Tucker. Justin Turner's, you know, he's about to retire now. I don't think he's a hot commodity now to become like a free agent. But he was a good player, man. I love Justin Turner when he played for us. But he's up there in age now. JP, all right, all right, Chef. Have you used a dating app, sir? No, never used any dating app. I would not recommend a dating app. To me, that would just waste some money. That would be a waste of money. I'm seeing a lot of FB couples pop up with a lot of happy couples, even seeing local men marrying foreign women, which is nice to see, not just one-sided. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, once in a while, I do see that, like a foreign lady marrying a Filipino. Not many, not many. Of course, it makes kind of news. You know, a lot of times it makes Facebook. You know. I have seen many videos saying that foreigners prefer skinny morena, not the plump mestiza like locals. Me, JP, I just see, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know, it's the way I look at it. Everybody's got their own taste. You know, it's like, and you know, there's people available, single Filipinas, single moms here that you get all kinds. You get all kinds. Smash the like button from Belus. All right, thank you, Belus. All right, J-Boy. May naiahon. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, J-Boy. May umahon. Yeah, may umahon na naman sa putikan. Or yeah, that's the saying. Like another Filipino able to, get away from poverty or, improve their lives, because that's what happens here. That's a very common dynamic here. The minute a Filipina dates a foreigner, their lives immediately improve. You know, because the Afam usually will shower her with gifts, shower her family with gifts. You know, a lot of times they will tell the Filipina, you no longer have to work. I'll just pay whatever your salary you have. That way we can hang out together. And I find nothing wrong with that, because like if you're dating a Filipina here and that Filipina is working, you will barely see that Filipina, because when they work here, they work. It's not like 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. A lot of times it's 6 days a week, 10, 12-hour days. And they're worn out and stressed when they're working here. They overwork the workers here. So a lot of times when the Afam meets the Filipina, they'll say, hey, you can quit your job, if you make 10,000 pesos, 12,000 pesos, I'll just give you that every month. That way we can hang out together. Because what's 10,000, 12,000 pesos? About $200 to an American or a foreigner. That's nothing. That's nothing to them. Alan, my wife and I have been married 3 years, and have known each other for nearly 8 years. My wife is my best friend. It is very important, very important. I totally agree, agree, Alan. The longer you date, the longer you're in a relationship before you even commit to marriage. That's the way to go. It's like I always see here, a lot of FAMs are like so in a hurry. So a lot of foreigners are, some of them, you'll be amazed. They meet the Filipina online, and they're like already filed, they'll have one visit to the Philippines to meet the Filipina. That way they can take pictures together, because that's a requirement for the K1 visa to bring the Filipina to the United States. And the next thing you know, they're like, fiance visa. Next thing you know, they're getting married. So I think you have a higher failure rate when you don't spend that years or time with your Filipina. I mean, it could work, but I think you're better off just getting to know your Filipina before you start making that big commitment. I agree, Gino. My wife and I met in person. The apps are not recommended in my book. Yeah, most of the people that I know that use dating apps, they told me you gotta weed through like hundreds of people before you find, if you get lucky, you might find that one. But you have to go through many scammers almost, because like when they go to the dating app, it's not like you're the only person that they're talking to, and then you're not even sure if that's the person you're talking to, that picture that they post on that dating apps. Good morning, Gino and everyone. Castaway Drift. All right. My good friend Michael in Dumaguete City with Jay. Good morning. All right. I got to the bottom here of the comments, and it's pretty good. Usually I don't get that quick on the comments. So let me see if usually I try to save like interesting topics that I see. I did send JP had asked me about the pot scent, the pan that he can cook tamales. So I sent him a real short video. I tried to sneak in a video when I'm at SNR, so I was able to send him that. And I did film like the spices department, because I get a lot of questions from people. Did they have cumin? Did they have this certain spices? So I went on I just used my phone. I was like, scan. I wasn't even talking, because there's security guards there. They don't like you filming at SNR, so you got to be pretty sneaky when you're filming there. What else? Oh, vitamins. I'll send you this 2 videos, Daniel, after the live stream. I filmed all the vitamins, supplements, proteins that they have at SNR. So I'll send that to you after the live stream today. All right. And today is Leanna's kumon, so I got to wake her up here in a minute so we can go to her kumon. She did kumon Tuesday. She had kumon Tuesday, and then today, Saturday. Tuesdays and Saturdays. And also she had her Christmas party already yesterday. She was really happy. She got like a exchange gift. It's here somewhere that she got their exchange gift. She was wearing, some of them were like exchange gift for like pins on her head. And then she had a video. One of her classmates did a video. They were playing games. You know how stop the music kind of game, where you were walking around the chairs and they just stop the music and you grab a chair. So I saw that. So she had fun. And so now Leanna's officially on Christmas break. It's a little early, actually. They weren't supposed to have their Christmas party till December 18, but they pushed it up to yesterday, because next week they're going to use the Numancia Integrated School for like a unit meet. A unit meet is like a sports activity for the province. So they're going to district meet or something like that. So no more school. So Leanna's on vacation now, but she got kumon still twice a week. I take her to Calibo for her kumon. Has Edgar found? Oh, not yet. Actually, Edgar's thinking of living here in our community at Camellia Aklan. He's like, he's looking. It's not easy what Edgar's looking for. He's looking for a bigger space than an apartment. He's looking for a house. Little more tricky to find a house here in the Calibo area, just because not many become available. Most people, the houses here, people live in it. Most of it is their houses. Rentals are easier to find, apartments are easier to find, but a house is like a little tricky. He would have moved in here already at Camellia, I know, because Edgar really likes our community here because he can walk here like the way I walk, and then they got 7-Eleven. The problem here in Camellia, J-Boy, they put all the bedrooms upstairs. You know, only a few houses here at Camellia has a bedroom on the bottom floor. And I guess that's typical for Camellia homes to build their homes like that. The bedrooms are upstairs like ours. So, you know, you got to go through them stairs, man. You got to go through them stairs to like go to the bedrooms, you know. So if you don't like stairs, you know, it's a struggle, you know, it's a struggle if you want to get a house here at the Camellia Aklan. I can't even really think. I know they have like those one bedroom studio, like row houses. They're called row houses. They're attached to each other. I know that bedroom's on the bottom floor, but they're so tiny. You know, it's like a studio apartment, so tiny. I guess you can get two of those and open it up, or I don't know. But like I said, like all the houses in my street, all of my neighbors here on my street, all the bedrooms are like upstairs. Will you send the videos to me, please, JP? All right, I'll send you. I'll send all the videos. I thought you were just interested in the pants, but I'll send it to you. I got several videos. I'll piece together the videos and include it in a long form video. But I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got seven videos, and that I can like send. I just use my phone at the different aisles. But they're always like, the security guards are funny because they got a lot of security guards at SNR. So when you're filming, I'm trying to be sneaky. And a lot of times when I see the guards, I'm just doing this. I'm not even talking, because the minute you start talking, they'll tap you and say, sir, you can't be filming here. But so I was just doing this. I'm acting like I'm just taking pictures, but it's actually video of like different items. So you'll see on the video, once I connect all the videos, I don't do much talking, because when they see you talking, they know you're a vlogger. And they don't like that. They don't like that at SNR, which I don't understand. You know, it's like you're promoting their items. People want to know how much items are at SNR. I don't understand why they wouldn't mind, you know, why they mind you filming there. Don't automatically think your Filipina girlfriend will want to rely on your money. Not all of them do. My wife prefers to work 50-50. Yes, you know, that's why I don't generalize to Alan. You know, I don't generalize. You know, it's like there's Filipinas here that make a lot of money. You know, it's like I got schoolmates that I went to SCI College Calibo. They work online as digital nomads, and I know they make money. You know, so not all Filipinas. But a lot of times the Filipinas that date the AFAM, that date the foreigner, are, you know, when you go to like Angeles City, Dumaguete City, the big expat communities, a lot of them, you know, they go there to those areas to meet an AFAM, to meet a foreigner. So that's kind of like their objective when they go to those areas. But like you said, not all Filipinas are poor. It's just a good number. A good number of Filipinas. You have a video, 3-bed, 3-bath, a while back. It was nice and affordable. Yes, actually an expat lives there now. But again, that 3-bath, 3-bedroom, JP, all the rooms are upstairs. You know, so you can, you know, I think that was one mistake the builder that built the homes here at Camellia. It's like they put all the bedrooms upstairs. They weren't thinking of people as you get older. You know, them stairs get tougher to climb up and down all day long. You know, it's like if you got knee problems, you know, if you got back problems, you know, and the stairs here are not like the standard stairs in the U.S. I mean, they're like some of the steepest stairs. I don't know who engineered these stairs, man, but they're not easy to get up and down, man. You got to be wide awake, you know, like in the middle of the night, if you have to come down the stairs, you got to turn on the light, you got to pay attention. You can't be like groggy and then walking them stairs. You're gonna bust your butt on these stairs. Laundry calls. God bless. All right, Balloons, enjoy, brother. I know. Work comes first. Work comes first, brother. I know work comes first. How's the weather this morning, Gino? Oh, I'll show you how the weather is. Earlier, actually, it was light rain, but right now, man, it's like bright and sunny now, man. It's starting to actually warm up here. Actually starting to warm up. Look at that. Bright sun. Bright sun. Man, that sun is intense. Man, that sun is intense. But a little bit breezy right there. You can see the parole here. The paroles are moving. Mom's plants right here. Quiet again as usual. It's always quiet in my neighborhood. We ain't got no karaoke going on in the mornings here. No stray dogs, no roosters. Nice and peaceful, breezy morning, sunshine. Man, what more can you ask for? Life is good. Life is good, man. I just got to wake up Leanna here really quick because she has kumon this morning. We're going to have to go to Kalibo this morning for her kumon. Kumon is extra education for Leanna. She studies math, reading and comprehension, and English to help her do better. You know, I mean, she's already on the honor roll. She's like, but it can't help. It can't hurt her. It can't hurt her. Kumon is like really improving her math skills and her English skills. Josh, hey, hello everyone. Hello Josh. Hello Josh. JP, if the expat is not a member of the posse, the sheriff may have a talk with your neighbor. Let me put it this way, JP. We don't talk to that expat. Hopefully you get that. We no longer talk to that expat. Because there are expats that are not friendly like you guys, you know. There are just expats, unfortunately, not everybody's friendly. So I'll leave it at that. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Sunshine, all right. Ellen, the only thing you have to worry about is your wife's getting cold water on the cylinder. Right, James? Great time to be alive. I know, brother, just blessed. Blessed to be alive. I'm going to be busy this morning because while Leanna's at Kumon, I'm going to drop her off at Kumon. Takes her about an hour and a half this morning. I have to go to SM Cherry and buy groceries because mom told me when I got back. Usually I get this big bucket of laundry detergent at SNR, but we packed, man. Edgar rented a Toyota Innova. It's a nice vehicle, man. Good seating for Dazzle and I were in the back seat. They have like even third row seating in the back, those flip down chairs, but we had it packed, man. Between the luggage and all the stuff we bought at SNR, I was telling myself, I don't think I can buy. I don't think we have room to put man, Dazzle and I were sitting on the back seat and we had like backpack, we had stuff from SNR all over, man. We were fully loaded going home. I even got like a pineapple upside down cake. That's like one of my favorite cakes. My mom used to bake that for me when I was young, so always brings back good memories for me. So a whole pineapple upside down cake, and they don't bake it all the time because like this is one of the few times I went to SNR and I saw it. There were like 3 left. I almost bought 2, but I was like, let me get one. I don't want to be too greedy and buy 2, but it's almost like there's only 1/4 of the cake left because when I got it home, I thought I was the only one that liked pineapple upside down cake, man. Dazzle ate it, Leanna ate it. I don't think we have much left now. We went through that pineapple upside down cake pretty quick. Alan, have a great weekend, Gino and family. Wishing we were there in Kalibo for Atiatihan, but we will rely on your... All right, man. I will make sure I film, like I always do anyway, Alan. You know, it's like Atiatihan is like a big event for vloggers. You know, we always run into several vloggers when you're during the festival. Atiatihan Festival in Kalibo, January 11th to January 18th. It's gonna be... Man, and it seems like every year, Atiatihan gets bigger and bigger. More celebrities, Filipino celebrities come to Kalibo for it. Actresses, actors, singers, concerts, you name it. Everybody goes to it's just a fun festival. They actually Alan, you know how they have the bazaar? You know, like they have shops during Atiatihan that sells shoes, T-shirts, Atiatihan shirt, you name it, right? They already have them up. They already have them up. I guess they're taking advantage. They want to sell stuff during the holidays, and so I can already get my Atiatihan gear right now if I wanted. You know, new Atiatihan T-shirt. I have like 2 Atiatihan T-shirts, but I might get another one, maybe a tie-dyed one. You know, like I've never worn like a tie-dye shirt, and I've seen like a tie-dyed Atiatihan shirt. I might have to get me one of those. I don't worry about unfriendly expats here. I'm happy I'm the same way, Michael. Like I said before in the live stream, I just know like when to walk away from people now. You know, it's like if I'm getting nothing but negative vibe, negative, you know, why would I waste my time with that? You know, there's too many good people, too many good expats, like Edgar, JP, you know, it's like Mel, my friend Gray. You know, there's too many. Why would you, if there's one that's negative, always kind of like spitting out negative vibe, man, I'm like, I ain't got time for that. I just walk away. I don't say anything. I just kind of walk away from people. You know, I don't want anything, you know, happening to them or anything, but I just like, stay away from the negativity because I don't need it in my life anymore, man. Life's too good to be worried about that stuff. About antisocial excess. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. To each their own. Exactly, man. And I understand, you know, it's like I have expat friends that I know they're introvert. They don't like socialize. Stevie's a perfect example. Stevie does not like to socialize. He's an introvert. He came to the Philippines to fish. You know, he's been in Katiklan now, I think about a month now, and he's gonna be here. I think he told me beginning of February, so he's got about 6 weeks left. Because he said he's gonna have to go back to Washington State so he can work some more. He just doesn't have enough money. But you know, I haven't seen Stevie since I picked him up at the airport. You know, it's like I picked up Stevie. I mean, we talk all the time. He sends me pictures all the time. But he's over there in Katiklan. He's met a couple of local fishermen. He's actually gone a bangka boat to go fishing. So he's doing exactly what he wanted to do when he came here. Not, you know, for me, it's like, man, do your thing. You know, it's like, I'm happy. You know, he's happy. I'm getting messages from him every day. So he said, man, I hope I see you guys before I head back. Yes, I told him, don't worry about that. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy and have fun in the Philippines. Did Dazzle get all her Christmas shopping? Yes, J-Boy. Dazzle definitely a little more than I expected, but it's all good. It's all good, man. She went shopping at SM City Iloilo. She went shopping at SNR. But now she's all set. All the gifts are set. Leanna got her gift. Mom got her, everything. No more shopping for us. We're done with all that Christmas shopping. So now we can just chill. We can just chill now. The main thing to think about now is Noche Buena, like Fortune. All we got to worry about now is what are we going to eat for Noche Buena, Christmas midnight meal, the Christmas midnight meal. So we have to come up with our menu, and I wouldn't mind having some of that Chinese ham. You know, they do have it sometimes in the Royal Supermarket in Calibo. So I might have to look for that. And queso de bola. I haven't had queso de bola yet. I have to buy a queso de bola. Alan, wow, sell. All right. John Vasquez, Castaway Drift. All right. Hey, John, J-Boy, we haven't seen Mom walking in the background with her lawn. She was here. She had to go. She got to go to church today. They have like an activity at church today, so she's out already. She was up before me, like getting ready, and she took a tricycle. Call Uncle Roger. LOL. He has a boot. He has a boot. Oh yeah, Uncle Roger. I remember Alan here, Uncle Roger in Boracay. I actually filmed Uncle Roger in Boracay. He's got a bunker. Stevie found his own. I think what was that? He met a local in Caticlan that owned a boat, owned a banca. So that guy's been taking Stevie out to out in the ocean fishing. Josh Wilson, is he the one that was trying to ship fishing rods over? No, that's JP. JP's the one that was trying to ship fishing rods. I think Stevie bought the telescopic one, the one that like you can extend the rod, the rod, but you can like make it shorter. That it fit in his suitcase. He didn't have to buy like buy the containers to carry it on the plane. When is Stevie coming back? He told me first week of February now, JP, because he said he's got to work still. He's got to work still. He was able to. This was kind of like his recon, first time in the Philippines. But he's been happy. He's been able to do what he wanted to accomplish. Now he knows. He said Caticlan is the place for him. He knows that when he comes back here again, he'll start planning for a longer stay in the Philippines. Oh, there's Mom right there. Yeah, there's Mom. She's back from church already. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. They must have had a meeting at church or something. Because I know she goes to church on Sundays. Tomorrow, yeah, there's Mom. There's Mom. They were asking about you, Mom. They're asking me, where's Mom in the laundry? Because Mom's always walking here. Yeah, right there. She just came home from church. They had a meeting, right? Meeting, but not actual church service. Probably planning like activities in church. Casta, hello Josh. All right, Josh, Michael. All right, JP. I was the one sending fishing rods. It was going to cost more to ship or take them on flights. Yeah. I can imagine, because if they're really long, you got to put them in you create like a tube, and that would take space. Take a lot of space on the plane. So probably can wake Leanna up, Mom. For Kumon. Yeah, she got Kumon this morning. So time to wake up Leanna for her Kumon. So exciting when people come here to the Philippines for the first time. It is, right? It is. Like for Stevie, I'm just happy because I've been communicating with Stevie for a couple of years already, Michael. And he was just never sure, it's like where to land. So I kind of guided him here to Panay Island. And when we were thinking of a place that he would like, because he said he didn't think he would like Calibo because too many people, like I said, he's an introvert. He doesn't socialize with people. He says he's like a recluse. He likes to be by himself, doing things by himself. So that's why we came up with Caticlan, because Caticlan is more spread out. It's not like Calibo. I mean, it's expanding, but he found a nice apartment there. My friend Maricel got, a studio apartment, furnished studio apartment, 8,000 pesos a month. So it's about $140, $150 a month. 5-minute walk to Tabon Beach and Tabon Port, so he can go fishing as much as he wants. And now he's found some other places where he can go fishing. That's the main thing he came here for. He like messages me all the, he even enjoys like he was telling me even like his food, like what he's eating, because he's going to the public market, he's buying eggplant, bitter melon, eggs, and he's cooking his meals in his little studio apartment. He just likes this because in the US, Stevie, he's a van lifer in Stevie. He doesn't even have an apartment or a house in the US. He lives in a van in Washington State. He works still and he lives in his van. So for him to have an apartment, to have a stove and everything, it's like a bonus for him. But he said he's got to work some more, a few years, hopefully. And then hopefully one day he'll be able to retire permanently in the Philippines. That's why I said, man, when I've talked about before that retirement is no longer given to Americans. It's no longer guaranteed. Before, I remember, when I was still young, when I was in my 20s, 30s, you always thought, my thinking was, well, I'll work till I'm 65, and then at 65, everybody gets to retire. You're supposed to have enough money, then Social Security to like live the rest of your life in retirement. But now it's not, I mean, there's people now I see on YouTube, they make documentaries about them where they've become Social Security age, full Social Security age, 65, 67, and they can't afford to retire. They're still working part-time jobs, or they're living in like a tiny apartment. That's all they can afford. Or some are worse, some are homeless. Some are homeless in the U.S., living in a car, living in a van. It's like, that's why it's not a given anymore, man. That's why I tell people all the time, if you can retire, it don't have to be the Philippines. It could be other Southeast Asian country. It could be Mexico, wherever you can retire and not work anymore and be financially set where you can afford to retire. Man, that's a blessing, man. That's like that's a win. That's a win already. There are people out there that want to retire but can't. I just can't imagine that feeling, man. Be in your 60s, some in their 70s, that aren't able to retire, man. That's just horrible how that happened to them. That shouldn't happen, That's why, people pay into Social Security. That's not supposed to happen to Americans. I remember how it was for me. Game changer, and changed my blessed and thankful. I know. I totally, man, you're like my kindred spirit, Michael. Me and you, we think so much alike. It's like when I got to retire here in the Philippines, it was just a blessing. I know I'm so grateful even to this day. Not a day goes past where I'm like very grateful that I was able to retire here. I found some that are 4-piece that will fit in my large checked luggage. Oh, all right. Exactly. Nothing is given anymore. Nothing is given. And even if you do have, I do have friends that even when you do have the money, financial ability to like live anywhere, like in the US, afford retirement in the US, have a nice house. But I have friends in the US that their problem is they can't travel anymore. Knee problems, back problems. They can't be in a plane for long hours. Even though, it's weird because like you might have the money, you might have the means to retire, but you're like stuck at home. You can't do things anymore because you waited too long. You waited too long where you're not able to walk up a flight of stairs anymore. Traveling and doing outdoor things is not a possibility for some anymore. So, man, I don't take anything for granted. And it's like even going to like hot resorts, climbing those, going up the mountain, those stairs and having the scene of view. Man, I'm like, I live for those, I'm thankful that I'm still mobile and I'm still able to do those things. Our other property near Caticlas is in Argao. I know, you mentioned that, Ellen. I know where Argao is. Dazzle, she went to Malay National High School, so she knows Argao. We used to drive around there with Bumblebee, when we had the resto bar. So I know exactly where Argao is. We are just a short walk from Mega Parao. All right, Mega Parao. Nice area. I mean, jungle kind of thing, jungle. And you're right there by Nabaoy River, man. That's awesome. Super quiet. Yep, super quiet. Oh, I know. I told Stevie about that area. I think he's been there. I'm pretty sure Stevie went to Nabaoy River already, Alan. Because Stevie met friends, local friends. One guy owns a tricycle, and Stevie told me one day the guy took him all the way to Malay Poblacion, gave him a tour and everything on his tricycle. So I'm sure Stevie's getting around. He's met a few people, not many. I think his circle is like the landlord, my good friend Maricel and her partner, expat partner, and then there's another couple and a guy. So he's got maybe 5 people in Caticlan that's kind of watching out for Stevie that he hangs out with. Remember the vlog of the 88-year-old? Oh yeah, I saw that, man. That, where want to keep his home. Yeah, I think he's the guy that got the million, right? People like donated all kinds of money and he got like $1 million. So happy to see that video. But like you said, like 88-year-old vet working, man. Come on now. You know, I mean, it's one thing. It's one thing to work if you want to work, if you enjoy your work. But you know, it's another thing to work, but because you have to feed yourself. Yes, all the health issues is my parents. They have the money, but not able to enjoy life to the fullest, which is so sad. I know. I got friends that are in that situation. That they talk to me all the time. They're trying to figure out if it's a possibility for them to come to the Philippines because they can afford it. They can afford it, but they're just not mobile. They're just not. They're worried about like those vehicles to get around. And the Philippines is just not built for that. If you have like a disability where you need like a it's just not access, like the disability access, it's just not good here in the Philippines. Maybe at BGC, maybe, or maybe in Cebu City, there's areas, but in Calibo, there's no way. If you need a wheelchair or anything in Calibo, man, there's no sidewalks in Calibo. A lot of times when I have to walk in Calibo, I have to walk on the street, so I can't imagine if you have to be in a wheelchair or an electronic golf cart or something. It'd be a struggle. That's good though, man. That's good, Michael, that your parents can live through you. At least I'm sure they're happy to see you. Happy to see that you are doing well here and enjoying your life. I will have to check that out while I am still at La Casa Española. Until the end of January. There you go, GB, until the end of January. Same, Michael. My mother kept trying to work to stay busy. Became ill. Snuck in one trip to South Korea right before she passed away. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Josh. But at least she got to visit South Korea, right? At least she had one trip before. REK Wood Hotel. REK Wood Hotel is along the road. Probably not as nice as where you are. No Wi-Fi. All right. I think that one is that Old Buswang or Old Buswang, New Buswang, I'm sure. There's many apartments that you can find in Calibo. But for me, just the location of La Casa Española, the way it's walking distance to Gran Gaisano, to 7-Eleven, the convenience of that, the fruit stands, McDonald's, your proximity to it. There's areas in Calibo that would be cheaper to rent, and you'll see that, JP, when you get here. But I just want to make sure I put you guys in a safe area, well-lit area. Not in some places in Calibo doesn't have street lights, dark at night kind of thing. So I want to make sure if I put you there that you're safe. And so far, so good. Since the beginning of the year, I put people at La Casa Española, no incident. Everybody's safe. That's a priority of mine. I got to keep you guys safe when you come here to Calibo. I don't want anything happening to you here. Not that crime is high here. There's hardly any crime in Calibo. But again, anywhere you go in the world, even Calibo, even Boracay, anywhere you go, there's just, bad element wherever you go. Kind of like those situations, it's a wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. You don't want to be like, hanging out like a midnight, 1 a.m., in dark areas of any town, right? There's just too many things that can go wrong. Wish he had enjoyed a long retirement, Josh. Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping. When I try to help people move here to the Philippines, move here to Panay Island, man, I want people to have a long retirement. I want them to enjoy. Man, retirement is supposed to be our golden year. Supposed to be like the fourth quarter of our life. Time to just like not worry about money anymore, not worry about work anymore. It's supposed to be the time when you're just doing what you enjoy the most. If it means walking, if it means fishing, if it is riding motorbikes, whatever you want, that should be the things that you're doing at the fourth quarter of your life. Got 1.7 million from Great American. All right, right? That's so awesome. Great story, man. I saw that. Went viral. It went viral, that story. But great. Great that that happened for that gentleman. Good morning, y'all, from Ray. Ray in the Philippines. Josh. All right, Ray. So sorry, Josh. Somehow I was blessed and guided to take this leap of faith and come to the Philippines at my age with excellent health. My dreams are for all the people that can't make. I know, man. That's what I mean, man. For me, Michael, that's what YouTube has allowed me to do. You know, it's allowed me to like help people make it here to the Philippines. You know, and I've helped many people now. You know, it's like they might not end up here in Aklan. They might end up in Cebu City. They might end up in Iloilo City. But I had a little hand in them getting here in the Philippines. I always get messages from people. Hey, bro, appreciate what you did for me. And to me, that means a lot. That means a lot to me. I don't want the balut to get to me. You don't want to get the balut. You don't want to get the balut to get to you. All right, I think I'm gonna end the live stream. I think from now on, I'm gonna try to stay at like an hour and a half instead of the 2 hours. 2 hours is like, it takes up a lot of my morning. So 1.5, I think I'm gonna start shooting for an hour and a half on the live streams here. And then I gotta get Leanna to her Kumon and then grocery shopping anyway. So thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for joining the live stream this morning. I appreciate everybody's time as always. Have a great day. You too, Michael. Have a great day. Looks like the sun went away, man. It's like cloudy now, so I'm gonna have a great day anyway. I even enjoy grocery shopping. When I go grocery shopping here, man, I even enjoy that. All right, you guys take care. Stay blessed, everyone. Everyone have a great day. Everyone have a great day.